you can monetize that. And once again, you can monetize by creating a private membership where you guys do watch parties. You can, okay, I'm live now. You can monetize that by selling an episode guide, an unofficial episode guide. And the beauty of that is most people have not seen every episode, or they perceived that episode differently than what you did, and so you're providing insights. So your hobby can just be watching TV. There's so many people out there that watched Love is Blind. There's so many people out there that watched whatever that show was on Netflix. Hell, your hobby could be watching football, watching baseball. You simply create content talking about your favorite sports team. There's going to be people out there that disagree with you and agree with you. Doesn't matter. And then you can monetize that in a variety of ways. For example, here I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I can simply create content talking about what I saw yesterday watching the game. I can create content before the game about my expectations, how I think they're going to do. I can create content after each quarter. I can create content at halftime, and then I can create content talking about my thoughts after the game. That's what, 5 or 6 content ideas right there. Then I can preview the game coming up. I can create an infinite amount of content just talking about my hobby. What do you guys think? You think that's possible, or you guys think that's improbable? But the beauty of creating content about my hobby, especially with sports, is while there's going to be a segment of the population that agree with me, there's going to be many more people that disagree with me. And that disagreement sparks engagement and conversation. For example, here on this channel, I made a video where it looked like, where I said, hey, is it just me, or does it look like the defensive back is celebrating a touchdown? I had a bunch of people jump on and argue with me and say, you're wrong. I said, does it look like it? I didn't say he was. I said, does it look like it? Anyway, comment where you guys are checking in now that I am live in multiple places. Yeah, comment your hobbies down below. Also, later on in a little bit, I am going to be creating 2 YouTube videos, and I like to show you guys the process of creating content simply because everybody should create content. However, most people think that creating content is this big, scary, bad thing. And I like to create the content in real time to show you what it looks like, to show you guys that content creation isn't that difficult. It's something that it's a skill that you can improve and get better at. But you've got to start making the videos before you can get better at content creation, if that makes sense. But comment your hobby down below. I'd be happy to give you some ideas. What are some other hobbies out there that I have? I've talked about video games. I've talked about sports. I buy a lot of tech. I'm an early adopter when it comes to tech. And tech is a really simple one. You simply just create content whenever you buy tech. You can create reviews, unboxings, first impressions, best features. You can do comparison videos where you're comparing 2 types of tech to each other and talk about which one's the best one for which situations. And then you simply can make money in a variety of ways. One way is with affiliate marketing. You can recommend that tech to other people. I'll give you an example. This right here is a DJI Osmos. This is what I use to create my YouTube videos. I can create videos talking about the features and how to set this up and how to connect this DJI to this Rode Wireless Go 2 wireless microphone. I can create content about how to connect the SD card to the device here. Don't have to be an expert. I'm certainly not an expert in tech. I can create content about stuff that I enjoy and potentially make some money. That's how cool that's just, I mean, it doesn't really get any more difficult than that. Making money online and starting an online business and being a content creator, whatever you want to call yourself, is simple. It's really, really simple. I'm never going to lie to you and tell you it's easy, because most people have to learn how to be consistent and persistent. Oh, I don't know how to make a video. You've got two options. You can go Google how to make a TikTok video, or you can throw your hands up and say, I give up, right? Most people are conditioned to throw their hands up and give up at the first sign of trouble. But if you want to be successful, and the other thing too is that there's a lot of people out there that will say, oh, there's so much competition. Competition's a myth. Competition is in your head because you like talking about that thing. You automatically assume that everybody and their mom is already talking about that thing. But in reality, there's a million times more consumers than there are creators. And you talking about a thing separates you from 98% of the entire population. So chances are, the other thing that you've got to understand when it comes to saturation, what was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, the other thing is chances are, whatever you think is too saturated, there's somebody that is just getting started and is going to be successful. And the only thing that's limiting you is you from being successful. Success is about like 80% in your mind. The other 20% are skills that you can learn and attain and build or hire and train out. But to be successful, especially on the internet, 80% is in your head. If you can get out of your own way, if you can stop making excuses for yourself, oh, it's too saturated, it's too hard, nobody's ever done this before. If you can get away from those excuses, you can be successful online. Right? I'll have people that say to me, Alston, I've been trying to do this for 5 years and I've never been successful. I will normally ask them, what are you doing? How consistent are you? How persistent are you? And have you been trying to improve? Right? Most people will never commit to getting better. They'll make a video a certain type of way because their favorite influencer or guru makes a video that way and they expect to get the same results. However, you need to make a video, analyze it critically, commit to getting better, commit to improving, and continuously get better, continuously improve. If you do that, you'll be successful. However, if you just make a video and then throw your hands up and pat yourself on the back for making said video, you're always going to struggle. Anyway, comment your hobby down below. I'd be happy to give you some suggestions and ideas. Some hobbies that I've talked about are weightlifting, canning. I've talked about video games. I've talked about computer science, software development. I think I talked about another one as well. But what's really cool, what I want you guys to do, starting today, is start thinking differently about the type of content you consume. And I'll give you an example. At the beginning, no, at the beginning of August, I was coaching both my sons' flag football teams. They are in two different age groups, and so what I had to do is I had to go on the internet and find different drills for these kids to practice and learn football. Because they're in two different age groups, my youngest son's in first and second. Most of the kids had never played football or flag football before. And so I had to find different drills to kind of teach them what to do. And so I went on the internet and I started looking up flag football drills for second graders or 6-year-olds. And there were people out there creating content about the best flag football drills. Now, most likely, none of these guys were experts in flag football, but they had identified a hobby, they identified a market, and they created content. And then later on, what I did was I went and looked at flag football plays, because flag football essentially is like football, but it's 5-on-5 instead of 11-on-11. There aren't any blockers. There's a bunch of different plays that you can run. There was a website out there that actually sell flag football plays. They sell flag football play memberships. They sell all sorts of stuff related to flag football. You would think, oh, who would buy that? The people that buy it are people that have no experience or very little experience in football. Hey, Alston, I like to fix leather goods that are worn, mostly bags, sometimes shoes. Okay, that's interesting. B for Betty. Betty says they like to fix leather goods. So what you can do is you can start thinking about creating content about why leather goods break, what causes them to break down, how to keep leather looking new longer. Create content about how you go about fixing them. A couple things are going to happen. People like to see behind the curtain. They like to see, okay, this person knows how to fix. Some of them are going to hire you. Some of them are going to want to hire you. Some of them are going to ask, what are the tools that you use? The people that hire you are willing to pay more because they see you as an expert or a leader in the industry. The people that ask what tools you use, you could actually give them affiliate links. So if there's a certain type of leather solution that you use that you buy from Amazon, you can give them an affiliate link. They'll use your affiliate link and buy the leather solution or leather repair kit or tools, whatever it is that you use, and you can make money in a variety of ways. You can also create a course, an online course, teaching people how to keep their leather shoes looking new and fresh. And if there's a step-by-step guide, you can sell them that step-by-step guide. So essentially what you can do, Betty, oh, that's a really good idea. Thank you. You're welcome. So what you can do, Betty, again, think about the problem that the consumers are running. Think about the problems that you had when you first got started. Think about the reasons why you got into leather shoe repair. You got into it because you got tired of spending money on expensive purses and bags, and they started fading after 6 weeks or 6 months. You got tired of comparing your leather shoes to someone else's leather shoes and noticing that your leather shoes were faded. And so you create content for those people, and those people will, again, they're going to like your content, they're going to share your content. Some of them are going to want to hire you, they're going to want to ship you their stinky shoes, and you can charge a premium to fix them, or you can create a digital product to teach them how to keep their leather shoes looking clean, or purse, whatever it might be. Let me know if that makes sense, guys. But that's a pretty cool thing that you can do. And again, you don't have to be an expert. I certainly am not an expert in leather shoe repair. But if we start thinking about the end user, what is this? KB's travel page says, I'm a travel content creator. It feels oversaturated, but I've noticed many people are inconsistent. You down with OPP? So I like when guys like Mr. Chad come in that need attention, because it shows me that my content is reaching a newer audience. I like trolls that have nothing going on in their life, so they just jump on and they make troll comments. It lets me know. You're welcome, DJ Brightside 206 on YouTube. It lets me know that my content's reaching a wider audience. So thank you for that. So with travel agents, here's the thing, and I said this a little bit earlier. Nothing is oversaturated. Oversaturation is a myth, because there's somebody that is getting started right now in your niche. Someone's getting started right now in your niche that is finding success. What you would want to do, one, is be consistent and persistent. Two, make sure that you are using more of your stories. Tell your stories about going on an adventure, or traveling to a crazy destination that you probably shouldn't have been, or how you had to placate a 6-year-old while you spent 3 hours in an airport. For example, shoot logic, what's going on? For example, we went to Puerto Rico in April, and we stayed at this place in Puerto Rico. It's pretty cool. However, toward the end, our kids all got sick. They were running fevers. They were getting too hot, but we had to figure out a way to get on the plane. And so You can simply tell a story about how you had to find a way. You had to find a way to placate 3 kids under the age of 10 so that you could board a flight from Puerto Rico to Chicago. So, yeah, the saturation is a myth. Most people underestimate what it takes to be successful with content creation. We are all sold a dream that content creation is easy, and you just make 4 videos, you'll go viral, and then you can call your boss and tell them you quit and you're never coming back. But in reality, content creation is a skill that most people won't put in the consistency to learn over a longer period of time. Part of it is you can just outlast most people. You just creating content every single day will outlast most people that just get started, because most people aren't in it for the long haul. Most people aren't in it when times get tough, because that's not what they were sold. They were sold a bill of goods that you could just wake up one day, decide that you're going to be a content creator, and you would go viral. But that's not the case. I would say, so this is how I look at it. Out of 10 people that are in your niche, 5 of them are putting up bad content. You can easily beat those 5 people. 2 people are putting up really good content, and then the other 3 are putting up average content. Those 3 people, if you're just around longer than they are, you'll beat them. So longevity plays a huge part in it. Showing up every single day plays a huge part of it, even when you don't want to. And you'll beat most people, because most people, like I said, aren't around for the long haul. Does that make sense? Also, too, I'm going to tell you to niche down. So instead of just creating travel content, create travel content for parents, or create travel content for people in their 50s, or traveling alone, singles content, or traveling with a dog. Be more specific, because on TikTok gets over, I think, like 4 billion visits per month. Obviously, that's people visiting TikTok multiple times. But if you create travel content for seniors, that is, I don't know, let's say that's 10,000 people. If you get 1,000 of those 10,000 people to buy something from you, a $7 thing from you, that's $7,000 every single month. You don't need millions of views. You don't need millions of followers. You just need to have a plan, and you need to be willing to outlast your competitors and commit to getting better. Commit to learning a skill and improving your skill. You do that, you'll be around, you'll solve problems, you'll outlast the competition, and you'll be happier and you'll be more successful. Comment your hobby down below, and I'll give you some ideas for content. But in my experience, another issue that people run into and why they're not around longer is because they don't monetize their content properly. Most people think that they should monetize their content with the YouTube Partner Program, the TikTok Shop, the TikTok Creativity Fund. Those are wildly inconsistent. And when you're relying on an algorithm or a platform to pay you, you are going to be frustrated. You're going to be annoyed, because the algorithm changes, consumer sentiment changes. They can reduce your visibility. And if you're relying on that visibility to get paid, you're going to be looking for the exits, or you're going to be switching up your content strategy so much that you're never going to be able to grab a true foothold. It's a big mistake that a lot of people make. And part of that, again, is that they were told to do that. They were sold by these gurus that the algorithm and the platform is going to pay you, when in reality, you don't want to rely and depend on the algorithm to make money. You want to make your money off of the platform. And I said this yesterday. Most people think of TikTok and YouTube and Instagram as where they need to hang out, where they should be, where the money is. When in reality, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of these places are like the main street in your city, or it's like a highway or a toll road where cars are driving up and down this toll road 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What you want to do is you want to put your signs up and down the exits like McDonald's. You want to be like McDonald's. You want to put signs up and down the exits so that eventually people will veer off and they want to learn more about you. And when they learn more about you, that's when you can make money. So I'll give you an example. Here where I live, every other exit has a gas station called Quick Trip. And eventually people will say, I'm hungry, or I need gas or snacks or whatever it is. I got to pee. And eventually people will veer off and go to the Quick Trip. When they go to Quick Trip, they spend a bunch of money. They spend $100, we'll say, at Quick Trip. That's the thing. You want your content to be those little signs so that when people are ready to veer off, when they want snacks or when they want food or gas or whatever it is, they see your content, they go to your website, and they buy stuff from you. That's how you should use TikTok. That's how you should use these social media platforms and YouTube. Don't think these platforms are going to pay you. Don't assume that these platforms are there to pay you. These platforms are simply here. Uh, these platforms are simply here as a source of traffic. It's a way to get in front of your audience. Let me know if that makes sense. Hey, Alston, my hobbies are, I don't even know what that is. Womanhood, nervous system regulation, living with source. So here's the thing, LaShawn. I have a cousin named LaShawn. When you say womanhood, what does that mean? Because depending on the age, womanhood means different things. Are you talking about older women? Are you talking about single women? Are you talking about married women? Are you talking about women with kids? Because that's 4 or 5 different things. And how do you regulate the nervous system? Do you do it through diet and exercise? Do you do it through holistic medicine? Um, I challenge people to be specific on who you are, what you do, and how you help people. Because I could say my niche is manhood, but what does that mean? Manhood means different things to different people. I am a father, so my fatherhood, my manhood, would not necessarily be relevant to 18-year-olds who are just entering into manhood and have different life experiences than I do. Be specific on who you help. It'll help make your content easier for yourself and for other people. Let me know if that makes sense, LaShawn. Because if you're helping a woman go through menopause and understanding the changes, that's going to be different than someone that's, oh, someone's motorcycle's out. That's going to be different than someone that is you know, pregnant, understanding their bodies as they're going through the changes of being pregnant, being with child, right? Let me know if that makes sense. Eventually here, I am going to create a YouTube video. I say eventually because I'm kind of dragging my feet on it. Kind of dragging my feet. Anyway, do you guys have any other questions? Let me know if what I'm saying is making sense. Comment your hobby. Spiritual women who have tried all the self-help hacks for personal development and still spiraling. Okay. This makes sense. Good. Spiritual women who have tried all the self-help hacks for personal development and spiraling. That makes sense. Relying on a platform paycheck or likes isn't sustainable. You need a business model. Correct. You need a business model. It's kind of like, I like to use the analogy of here where I live in Kenosha. The main road is Highway 50, 75th Street. On 75th Street, they've got Target, they've got Dick's Sporting Goods, they've got Petland or Petco, they've got J.C. Penney, all in the same spot. They're there with their giant signs so that you can see them from the road, and they believe that eventually, it just kind of cracked my voice there, that some people are going to turn off just because they see that Target sign. Oh yeah, I do need something from Target, and they turn off. And then when they turn off, you go into Target, people expect to spend a certain amount of money with Target. But yeah, don't use these platforms, or don't assume these platforms are going to pay you, because at any point they can change their monetization policies, and then they're going to be like, too bad, so sad. Because if they decide, let's say TikTok decides today that they're going to stop paying people, what are you going to do? You're going to sue them? Oh, they'll take you to court. They would rather drag it out through litigation and pay a fraction of what they're going to pay the creators that they owe. Right? We see this all the time. Pinterest, a couple years ago, they had a monetization thing where they were paying creators. One day they just said, we're not going to do that anymore. And then what? What are you going to do then? Likes don't pay the bills. Subscriber count, I can't take my subscriber count. I've got over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I can't take that to my bank. I can't take that to US Bank and say, pay me because I got 100,000 subscribers. Subscriber count doesn't mean anything. And when you realize that, when you understand that, I think you'll create content differently. Yeah, over my shoulder here, 100,000 subscribers. It looks differently on, it looks like that on YouTube. 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, but when I go into the real world, I don't mean nothing. US Bank doesn't take that as a form of payment. I can't pay my my car payment with my subscriber count. So stop chasing subscribers. Subscriber count doesn't matter. Chase solving problems, and chase getting people to pay you off outside of the platform. That's what matters. And it's funny, when you take a step back and you look at it, we're kind of getting off into the weeds here, but places like TikTok and even YouTube, they want you to chase subscriber count. They want you to chase vanity metrics like views. They want you to chase stuff that doesn't matter, so that you're not looking at it and realizing, hey, I got 100,000 views. Why did I only make $3 from my content? They want you to chase stuff that doesn't matter. They want you to chase vanity metrics. You ever notice TikTok, especially, they run ads where they say how to get more views, how to go viral, because they want you to chase what doesn't matter. You got 100,000 views on your last video. How much did you make from it? Pennies? Oh, awesome. Awesome. Start chasing what matters. Views don't matter. I should say virality doesn't matter. Going viral doesn't matter. Subscriber count doesn't matter. Those are metrics that they want you to chase. You guys got any questions? I'm going to make this YouTube video. Let's see. Mainly women who are mothers, wives, who are emotionally exhausted, but silently suffering alone. Okay. So you can put together, first thing I would do is I would obviously create content talking directly to those people. If you're a mother who has tried all of the self-help hacks and nothing has worked, here are 3 things that work for me and why they worked. So you can create that type of content. Then what I would do is I would build a community. A community, charge, I don't know, $10 a month, and provide self-help and support, because most people just really want community. Most people just want to be heard and understood. And you can provide a community where people share their successes and failures and frustrations, and they'll pay you for it. You can occasionally jump on live and share what's working for you. And just make sure you let people know that you're not an expert, and you can be successful. Like, most people aren't successful on the internet because they overthink it. Usually the simplest thing is the right thing. The dumb thing is the right thing. Let me see here. I got to open all these up and then I'll look. Let's see. It says, yeah, I saw a girl with 2 million subscribers but couldn't get 2,000 people to buy a t-shirt. Yeah, don't sell t-shirts. And that's the problem with being an influencer. You don't want to be an influencer. You want to be a problem solver. Problem solvers have longevity. Problem solvers build trust. And then, oh, by the way, you become an influencer because you solve problems. Don't be an influencer. Commit to solving problems. Solve problems for other people. And then they'll pay you for it. They'll pay you again and again and again. Hey, thanks for the follow. Let's see here. Thank you. Very clear. And you helped me with what to focus in on. Yeah, stay away from vanity metrics, because they want you to chase stuff that doesn't matter. Like this person just said, the travel person just said, lady has 2 million followers, but can't get them to buy a t-shirt. She sure as hell can't go to US Bank, or they can't go to US Bank and say, I got 2 million followers. Can you give me a car loan? Nope. Not going to happen. Right? But if you are using TikTok and these other social media platforms as a traffic source, as a way to get attention and to funnel people into something you can control, you won't care how many followers and subscribers you have. And I say this as someone, like I said, I've got over 140,000 followers or subscribers. I must have been on for an hour so far. I've got a significant following base on YouTube. That shit don't matter. What matters is who you're helping, and if some of those people will pay you. Right? Any other questions? What other hobbies do you guys have? We talked about, I don't know if travel was your hobby, but we talked about travel. We've talked about video games. We've talked about sports, so like football. What other hobbies are there? List your hobbies. I'll give you some examples. Oh, TV. If you watch TV, that's a huge hobby. If you enjoy cooking, that's a hobby. If you enjoy, I don't know if people enjoy this, but if you enjoy detailing and repairing cars, that's a huge hobby. Back, I used to drive a Camaro, Chevy Camaro 6-speed manual. One of the things I always did, every Sunday I would wash my car. I only drove that car in the spring and summer and early fall, but every Sunday I'd wash it. I had to go to the internet to learn how to wash it properly so you didn't have those swirl marks. You ever look at a car and the side and it looks like all those scratches? Those are called swirl marks. There's a certain type of way that you have to wash and dry your car so that you don't get swirl marks. And then you have to clay your car, so remove all of the imperfections before you polish it. Most people don't know that, and that's why they have those swirl marks, those giant scratches on the side of their car that look like circular motion. You can teach people that. Teach people how not to do it. Teach people what to do, have swirl marks in your car. I'm not an expert in paint repair, but because I took the time to learn it, I love sports. I even go to games when I visit other countries. Okay, perfect. Perfect. You simply teach people about what to do, what not to do. You can even talk about what to eat when you go over to these different games. Like the best place. Here's what's really cool. Travel page. You've got a bunch of opportunities. One of the best opportunities you have is being an affiliate for like Travelocity, Expedia, these different travel places, because all of these places have affiliate programs. And if you get people to book, you get paid like, I don't know, 5% commission. But when people book these vacations, they're spending $3,000, $5,000. You simply create content about traveling to different locations, where to stay, best restaurants to go to, all of these different types of videos, and then say, hey, look, when you're booking your next flight, your next when you're booking your next Manchester United match, use my affiliate link, use my special link, and I'll give you a guide on the best places to eat in and around the stadium. They use your affiliate link, you get paid for creating content. How cool is that? You would get a 5% commission off of a $3,000 booking for Expedia, Travelocity, all of these different places. I forgot what they're called. Booking sites have affiliate programs, and most of them have they have car rental, hotel stay, and flights, and you would earn a commission potentially on all of that. You can do the same thing. I don't know if Carnival Cruises has an affiliate program, but that's a way to insulate yourself from having to worry about these platforms paying you. How cool is that? Then what you could even do, if you wanted to, if you want to build multiple revenue streams, you sell a digital product like a travel itinerary to Tanzania, and then inside of your travel itinerary, you include affiliate links to things that they need, including like travel-sized shampoo, travel size or luggage, and then include affiliate links to these different booking places. You earn affiliate commissions off of all of that. And then if you wanted to take it even further, you could do consulting. You could be a travel concierge and charge people even more money to take care of all of that for you. Not everybody's going to opt for that, but there's going to be someone up there that wants to travel to Tanzania, but they don't want to deal with the process of having to book the flights and the stays and all that stuff. Let me know if that makes sense. Very smart. Thank you. But yeah, my hobby is watching this kind of content. Online marketing, affiliate marketing with no money. Then Michael B, you simply share what you've learned. So what I want you guys to do is stop being a consumer and start being a creator. Take what you're learning, kind of like if you're watching TV. It's essentially the same thing as watching TV. In the Handmaid's Tale example I gave a little bit earlier. What's a new TV show? The Paper. A new TV show that just came out is called The Paper. It's kind of like a spin-off of The Office. You start creating content about each episode. Create content about the characters. Create content about what you agree with and what you disagree with, and you'll build a following of people that enjoy The Office, people that enjoy or want to learn more about the TV show, The Paper. But you can do it with anything. But stop being a consumer, because consumer, you're spending your money, or at least spending your time. When you start creating content, you get that time and that money back. Because when you create content, you create something, it's out there working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For example, Vincent van Gogh, he created paintings. His paintings are working for him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's somebody out there talking about his painting, about his work, and he just created that painting once, right? Hey, thanks for the gift. I appreciate it. Hey, it's the first gift you've ever sent. Thank you, LaShawn. So start creating something. Create anything. When you become a creator, you have the opportunity to get paid 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for work that you created once. You get your time back. Like, for example, right now there are over 5,000 people watching my YouTube videos right now while I'm talking to you live. There's 5,000 me's out there working for me while I'm doing this. And there'll be 5,000 me's out there talking to people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, building a connection with them while I'm coaching or taking a nap, because I'm going to take a nap today. Or taking my daughter to gymnastics or coaching my kids. There are little mini me's out there working on my behalf, building a connection, selling stuff. And that's what everybody should be doing. Don't rely on these platforms to pay you, because it's inconsistent. It's certainly not worth it in most instances. Create your own stuff. Take control. And the only way to take control is by selling your own stuff. And the other benefit is you create something once to sell, it sells 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like earlier this morning, I got a notification that I sold something while I was at the gym, lifting weights, messing around. What other hobbies do you have? I think someone commented their hobby that I didn't get to. Astrology, cooking, flower arranging, herbal teas. Do we need to pinpoint one hobby? Yeah, start with one hobby at a time. So what you want to do is, you're speaking to me. I appreciate you. You always have good points to take us out of the clouds. Yeah, happy to help. I bring you guys back down to earth. So start with one hobby at a time. And the reason is I'm interested in cooking, but I have no interest in astrology. And if I come to follow you for cooking, let's say you cook Mediterranean food, intramurals. Let's say you cook Mediterranean food, and I follow you for that. All of a sudden, you start talking about astrology and the Mercury retrograde. I'm going to say, what the hell is this? And I'm not going to engage in your astrology stuff. I might unfollow you. I might swipe away. And if I swipe away too quick, it tells the algorithm that your content isn't very good. And if the algorithm thinks your content isn't very good, it's not going to want to send it to more people. So in the very beginning, stick with one topic. And then as you grow larger, you can dip your toe into other stuff, would be my recommendation. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. Focus on one in the very beginning, get that one to take off. And then the other cool thing is, if you get one to take off, you can then tell people, hey guys, I have an astrology channel now. If you are interested in astrology, come follow me over here. And then you're not starting off from zero. You're starting off kind of at an advantage, and you can grow that second account quicker. And it lets people choose. What other hobbies do you guys have? Let me know if that makes sense. Because I think that a lot of people underestimate what it takes to, like, there's content creators that make creating content look easy. That's because they put in the work. And you didn't see their early mistakes and frustrations and annoyances. Sometimes because they've deleted it. Sometimes, you join them late in their journey. What is this? But, in my opinion, in my opinion, start with one, get that one successful, 3 to 5K a month, which is totally doable. And the other thing you got to remember, here's something really important you've got to remember. There are trillions of dollars being passed back and forth every single day across the world. And for you to get in front of that, that is like 0.00000000001% of the population. There are 4 billion people, maybe even 5 billion people that have access to the internet. and you just need a fraction of a percent in order to make 3 to 5K per month. Am I saying you're going to do it? I have no idea. It depends on how consistent and persistent you are, but it's possible. You know, a lot of it is just getting out of your own way. A lot of it is just being more consistent than everybody else. It's just being more persistent than everybody else. That's what a lot of this just comes down to. I want to do something and I'm going to keep doing it. The challenging part is that most people are conditioned to only work hard when someone is watching them, right? Like every day I have my sons go out practice. I have my younger son practicing hitting off a baseball tee. If I'm not sitting there watching him, he is not going to put in the same amount of effort that he would put in unless I'm standing there. We've got to coach them into giving that high quality effort regardless of who's watching them, if that makes sense. So that's why a lot of people fail. They only work hard or know how to work hard when they've got a boss standing over their shoulder. They're only as consistent as they have to be when somebody is watching them, when they have a manager or a boss. And when you don't have a manager or a boss, it's easy to take your foot off the gas. It's easy to say, I'll create that video in an hour. I'll create that video tomorrow. When in reality, you need to create that video today. You need to create that video right now. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of the same way. I drag my feet when it comes to going live. I know that I should be going live every day, at least on TikTok, but I'm like, I don't feel like it. I'll do it tomorrow. And then weeks go by. But the difference between me and a lot of people is I will upload 5 TikTok videos per day. I'll upload 5 YouTube videos per week. But I know that if I want to take it to the next level, I need to be going live every single day. What other questions you guys have? I don't know what time I'm probably, do you repurpose your content or is all of it new? So yes and no. I have a software called repurpose.io that repurposes all of my TikTok videos to LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I then have AI software that also sends all of my videos to Google Drive. I have AI software that will download that video from Google Drive and it'll transcribe it, it'll summarize it, and then it'll make blog posts, it'll make LinkedIn blog posts, it'll make Twitter tweets, it'll make Facebook posts, and it'll also make Instagram image posts. Excuse me. So I do have a content system where I'm making, I probably, if I take 5 and multiply it by 5, multiply that by 5 again, that's 25, multiply that by 7, 5, 3, 14, 15, 16, 17. No, yeah, 17. So I'm probably making about 200 pieces of content per week. But I have AI and AI automations that's doing most of the work for me. I'm not actually that's what it takes. That's what makes it so easy for people to stay in the rat race. They don't have to put in extra. Yeah. Being a content creator requires you to go above and beyond. And most people have been conditioned to not do that. Most people have been, actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Most people have been conditioned to do the bare minimum for themselves and accept the bare minimum for themselves. Your boss will tell you and make you to go above and beyond because they'll dangle a paycheck in front of you. Is it your software or what programs are you using? So I use, it's called repurpose.io. R-E-Purpose, P-U-R-P-O-S-E .io. And I also, it's called N8N. It's a workflow builder, in the number 8 and then the letter N again. It's AI agents that you have to use. I have on my YouTube channel step-by-step guides on how to set up these automations for workflows. But we've been told to do the bare minimum for ourselves, but then to go above and beyond for your boss and your manager, and if you don't, they'll take your paycheck away, right? Your boss and manager are conditioned to work you hard so that when it's time for you to go home and do something for yourself, you're too tired, you're too exhausted, you don't feel like it. When in reality, it should be the other way. You should be doing the bare minimum, or what you're required to do for your manager and your boss, but then go above and beyond for yourself. And going above and beyond for yourself is creating content, is monetizing your content with digital products and affiliate products. It should be flipped, right? And people will argue with me with that, and that's fine. But we've been conditioned to do the bare minimum for ourselves. And what's really interesting, the people that are successful found a way to do just even a little bit more than the bare minimum for themselves. And by doing more than the bare minimum, it's literally called extraordinary. Extraordinary. Just doing a little bit more, and doing a little bit more every single day. You don't even have to take massive leaps. Instead of coming home and sitting down on the couch and watching TV until you fall asleep, come home, watch a TV show, then make a video about it. Come home, scroll on TikTok, find a common theme or a common topic, and make a video about it. Because most people on TikTok are consuming content. Extraordinary people are making videos about the content that they're seeing. That's the difference. It's a subtle difference, but it's a big difference. I'm working full-time in school and working on launching my digital products. It's exhausting. Yes, it's designed to be exhausting, but the reward is worth it. It's designed to be exhausting, but the reward is more than worth it. I don't know how long I've been on live. I know I've been live on YouTube for almost an hour. Do you guys have any other questions? I'm cold. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was starting to say this, but I don't know what time I'm going to be live tomorrow because I got a field trip to go to. One of the cool things, up until last year, I'd been on every single one of my kids' field trips. My kids are in elementary school, but I had been on every one of their field trips, which is something that I was pretty proud of. It's a weird thing, but it was something that I was pretty proud of. Every one of their field trips. Let's see. Do you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns? Can I ask a question? Sure, Foley, ask a question. Can't wait to hear this. What platform do you use for your digital products? So I sell my digital products. So I make my digital products with Canva for the most part, but I sell them through G-Bolt Systems. It's actually my software. It's a software that I white label through Go High Level. But yeah, I use G-Bolt Systems. But you can use ClickFunnels, GetResponse, Aweber. I watched one of your videos months ago, which triggered me to start my web design agency since I'm ready to go with WordPress. But up until now, getting clients still feels impossible. So the question, Foley, first of all, congratulations on taking action. Most people just consume content and never move forward. The question that I have for you is, what have you tried so far? Because the things that I tried, I don't know where you are, but I got a list of every business in the United States through Reference USA. I sent out postcards. I made phone calls. I sent direct messages through like Facebook. And I even walked in on some places. I even signed up for a website called Thumbtack. Have you tried those things? But again, I don't know where you are. You could be in a place where you don't have access to some of those things. So let me know what you tried. And how many phone calls are you making per day? Is what I would say. Because quite honestly, it's a numbers game. If you're going to be facing a lot of rejection, but it's a numbers game. The more phone calls you make, the higher the chances that someone's going to say yes. The more walk-ins or drop-ins you make, the higher the chances someone's going to say yes. The more emails and postcards you send, higher the probability that you'll get somebody. A lot of it too is confidence. People can sense that you're unsure about yourself or unsure of what you're saying and doing. And so, if they feel it, that could be it too. So let me know what you're doing. Speaking of that, tier 11420. What other questions you guys have? Let's see here. It looks like Amazon is back up and running, which is good. So yeah, if your favorite website was down this morning, it's probably because part or all of it uses AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. And if you're not familiar with AWS is, it's basically Skynet, but owned by Jeff Bezos. Hopefully that causes a little bit of a pause. Cause for concern. Yeah. And what's really cool, do you run ads on any platform? No. I don't run ads on any platform. What's really cool, what is it? KB's travel page. Most people just need the basics. Most people don't need some high level, and there really is no high level secret hack or tactic that is out there. It's just the basics. If you implement the basics, you'll get to about 90% of where you need to be. Okay, so Foley says, I'm in Africa, Nigeria, so those options are not really available. I also tried cold emails, Facebook, but is there any guaranteed method? No. If someone guarantees a method, they're lying to you. One that is more likely to get web design. The best thing you can do is pound the pavement, make phone calls, send emails, send DMs. I would increase your output, is what I would tell you. I really need at least one design. Yeah. So how many emails are you sending per day? How many Facebook messages are you sending per day? Is what I would ask. When I used to work in a sales job. I had to make 100 phone calls a day. 100. And it was tracked. If I only made 98 phone calls, my boss would ask me the next day, hey, we see that you only made 98 phone calls. What happened? Why didn't you make the other 2? 100 phone calls a day. And oftentimes, it was to the same people. It was to the same numbers. I'd call them 2 times a day, 3 times a day. Hey, we sent you school or what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Use school. But don't fall in love with tools. That's a life lesson. But in general, don't. All of these things are tools for you to use. Don't fall in love with them. Life lesson. Don't fall in love with tools. All right. I think I have been on for long enough. I didn't get to make my videos. I still need to make 2. I definitely need to make 2 of them today. Because I'm not done yet. I feel like I should be done with this. Anyway, any other questions for me today? I'm getting hungry. It's already 11. Have a great day. Hey, you too. All right, guys. I think that is going to be it for me today. You guys have a great day. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. And engaging and asking questions. These live streams are always so much better when people participate. And it feels like I'm not just talking at you. I'm talking with you and to you. So, hey, gamer, thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow sometime.